Hello, my name is Marcus and welcome to 5 games I have played part 16. That's a lot of games. My upload schedule so far in 24 has not been very good, but I'm trying to get back on track. Starting off with a 5 games I played, part 16. Average rating on this one is going to be 3.6, so not a high ranking one. But there's one game that drags it up. But first of all, let's start off with some of the worst ones. So there is My Decade. In Danish it's spelled my, and the Danish one, and then year 10 is basically how we say decade, year 10. And that's spelled year in the Danish way, and then 10, the number. A little bit of fun there. But in My Decade we played the 90s, the O's and the 10s, but it's basically the same game. You roll, the person that's it rolls the die, or the die shows 1 to 6 is the question that they get from this blanket. They get to answer. Once they've answered, or said pass, the other person can ding a bell to go, well, I know the answer. You know what? Who won the World Cup in 2002? Oh, I don't know. Germany. Ding, it's Brazil. For example. That's not even a question we've had. Why is this terrible? So first of all, again, rolling the dice. This is why I hate Trivial Pursuit. Rolling the dice to determine the question you get. You don't know anything about the question you're gonna get, and you just get something. Maybe it's something you know something about. It's football in my case, maybe, or board games, or maybe it's like politics or something which some people don't know anything about. So it's completely random whether you might or might not know anything. You play until someone has 7 cards, and if you ding in and answer correctly, you of course get the card. Again, it's that ding thing. It's very much just ding. I am smarter than you, you piece of shit. Give me that card. That's what it is. It's all up, and this is, I'm so frustrated about quiz games because they play so many quiz games recently. I just want to fucking dig on them. Again, it's just about being the smartest at the dumbest things, like politics. Okay, you know more about politics than me. Congratulations. I beat you every single fucking time we play War of the Ring. So who's really the smarter guy, eh? You can remember shit. I can play a game good. Who's the smart guy? No, okay, great. Just one dude who only wants to play that fucking shit because he wants to pretend that he's okay. My anger is coming out now. Anyways, Bullseye, it's also a quiz game. So you roll the die, you move around in a circle, and then this circle goes in layers which change color. You land on a symbol, and that's the overall theme, and then the color determines the sub-theme that you are going to try and answer. So it would be, well, let's just take football and then the Superliga, which is the Danish league. Right, that could be an example of something you would have to answer this one. Again, you roll the dice to move around, like in Trivial Pursuit. The better thing about this one is someone can literally go on a roll and just get to the middle and win within a very short amount of time. So it's short, that's the only good thing about this one. There's some things about bomb questions where if you answer incorrectly, you go backwards. Or the challenge thing where you challenge someone and then they could either move forward, or if they answer incorrectly, you move forward. But again, it's all about just showcasing that I know more than the rest of you. And then you get that freaking question and it's like, oh well, you know nothing about politics, so you're gonna get a politics question. Like, it's nothing about like, let's challenge you. No, it's like, fuck you. That's it. And when finally it's some question, like when I finally got a football question, I was like, yes. Who has the most caps for the Belgian national team in the fucking 90s? Well, no, it was by 2009, that's when the game's from. Who had the most caps for Belgium? No one knows a Belgian player before the Eden Hazard, Kevin De Bruyne, Romelu Lukaku era, this era we are coming out of now. No one knows a fucking Belgian player before that. No fucking clue. Finally get it, and it's some bullshit like that. So yeah, both of these games I'm ranking a 2 out of 10. Why not a 1? Because they're fast. They're faster than Best Wishes, they're fast in Trivial Pursuit, they're less punishment, they're just fast, they're over soon. And that's it. Now on to another quiz game which I actually a little bit enjoyed more than the other ones. Tug of War. It is called in Danish Modspil. I could not find it on Board Game Geek. So against play is what it means, but it's like a tug of war type thematic touch to it. So basically we have 7 categories on a grid. You can answer a easy question or a difficult question. If you answer easy question correctly, you move that 1 towards you. If it's a hard question, you move 2. And you basically have to answer 5 points. So 2 hard and 1 easy, and you win that category if no one challenges you. And then it's all about, you know, best of 7. And then you can go back and forth answering sort of the same one. So maybe some people like, you know a lot about this, you know a lot about that. So you just take that, but then you're on the same ones back and forth. And he answered incorrectly on a hard question. Now if we answer hard, we get it towards us. Yeah, it has some funness to it. But again, in this one, the themes that you're trying to answer on are way out there. Nature and science. So it's like, oh, so what is this bird called? Yes. What is the 73rd thing on the table of fucking something? I don't know. I don't know anything about science. I'm really not a science guy. So these mix matches, they just don't fit, you know. They don't. You try this one because I know something about this one, and you get a question from this. It doesn't fit that way. So that pisses me off. The hard and easy ones is, again, how the fuck can you determine that? Because we've had some hard questions where you think, that's the easiest thing in the world to answer. Everybody should know that, man. And some easy ones where it's like, huh? I know nothing about this subject whatsoever. So it's like, you can't say easy or hard. You can't. There is no way of saying this is easy questions, these are hard questions. Like, if I asked who has the most wins in the Danish Superliga, as a Danish football fan, I know that question like that. But as an English football fan, somebody might just like, I have no clue. But that's supposed to be an easy answer. Easy question. You cannot do that. Of course, this is Danish, so you could say, well, in general for Danes, this should be easy. But you can't. Then you meet someone who knows nothing about football, and it's like, that's the most difficult question in the world. But they chose the sports category because they know a lot about athletic sport, like the Olympic Games and shit. They know a lot about that, so like, okay, let's try sports, hope for that, and then you get a football question on the easy one. You can't quantify easy hard questions, but they try to do it in this one, as always. But it's a little bit more fun because of that tug of war thing. You actually have some fun in that. And of course you're forced to play teams because it is only 2 teams allowed. Alright, now this was kind of a quiz game, I suppose. By the way, I give that one a 3 out of 10. Just a little bit more fun. This one, sort it out. Sort it out. So this one is about, we get a question like, rank these ones from oldest to youngest, or from highest to lowest, something like that. And it's like, you know, cities or mountains or people or countries in population density. Really annoying. I mixed up Finland and Norway, that's just annoying. Anyways, and then for everyone you get correct position in this 1 to 5, you get a point. So as I say, in that one, highest population density, it was like Denmark, Sweden, Norway, Finland, Iceland. And I said Denmark, Sweden, Norway, Finland, Iceland. That was the order I put them in. Norway and Finland was the other way around, so I got 3 points because I had Denmark, Sweden and Iceland correctly placed. So that's a good example. Some of them, like that one, is something where, you know, we live in Denmark, this is Danish edition, so we have an idea of that, right? It's the Nordic countries. And then there's something about the oldest cities. Fucking knows. Some of these things just, again, you can't really quantify it, but it is a little bit more fun because you try and guess it. And there was none of us that scored 0 points at any point. You always score a couple points, then once in a while you get that one where I know everything, 5 points. So I thought that was pretty fun. It was very close. It was more fun than others because a lot of people failed, right? It wasn't like one person ran away and just won it all. Everybody failed a little bit, everybody won a little bit. So it was more even, and that makes it a lot more fun than most quiz games. So I'm actually going to give this one a 4 out of 10. I would play it again if this asked, because it was actually kind of fun to like do that. Now on to the one that drags this one way up. I finally got to play this one with a person who's very enthusiastic about it. It is Dominion, the deck builder. Finally I get to play it. Now, deck building is not my greatest attribute that I love, not my favorite mechanic. And what games have I played with it? Well, I have played some Magic. I've played Endless Winter that had some deck building over it. The Imperium has some deck building over it. Star Wars deck building game has some deck building over it. And Viscounts of the West Kingdom, and then now Dominion. So it's like the 6th game. Star Wars the deck building game I really enjoyed, and honestly, it's because of that one that I was pushed towards actually trying out Dominion. Because Endless Winter and Dune I was not impressed by. Endless Winter is terrible, I hate it. I really don't like it. Check out my review, I don't like it. Dune Imperium I liked fine, but I felt like the deck building dragged it down. Viscounts of the West Kingdom I like, and I felt like, but again, I felt like that deck building aspect was not the best part of the game. Like, it was a bit of an extra thing to do more stuff, and that's about it. So both Dune and Viscounts might have been better for me if they hadn't had deck building, actually. So I thought deck building clearly isn't the thing for me. But then I played Star Wars, the deck building game, which is a pure deck building, right? It doesn't have deck building as an extra mechanic, it is just deck building. And it was a lot of fun. I actually really liked that one. I give it a 7 out of 10. I can actually see here. It's one of my favorite games from last year because I played very few games that came out last year. So it's really, really fun, and I thought, okay, maybe if it's just focused on deck building, and Magic is like, the deck building has always been my least favorite part about it because I don't know what fit together. I don't play Magic anymore. I played it very few times. So, but that encouraged me to try out, and now I've tried Dominion, which is also really fun. I won, so yay. But it's very interesting, like, you want to get these point cards, but not too early because you need some other stuff to build it up. And the guy who played it before, like, I tried to do some combos, didn't really work out for me. It was a little bit unlucky, and yeah. But the guy who did a lot, who'd done a lot of it before, all of a sudden showed me, he got into it. He talked about, he's late into the game and stuff, but he showed me, like, he got a bunch of these cards, and he just did a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm like, wow. So that's what you can do with deck building. That's the kind of combos you can build. Wow. Incredible. I'm going to say right now Dominion is better than Star Wars because Dominion has these cards and you can work out in your head what combos to do. In Star Wars it's like, so I hope this card might show up. Oh, it did not at any point during the game. I mean, in all the games I've played, my friend has played it a lot of times, I played it a little bit less. He says like Luke and Darth Vader has popped up maybe once each. Maybe twice. So that's, but in Dominion you always have these cards that are all, they are there, you can choose them, you can build your deck around them. And that's really great. That's when deck building, I think, succeeds, is because you can just build your deck the way it's supposed to be built. And constantly building up. I kind of got an idea for it, but obviously one play is not enough. But it was fun, and so many variable ways to mix them together and create these combos that just create an awesome deck. Perhaps 50 cards is too many cards to have in your deck, which I think I ended up on. Definitely too many cards. So yeah, but just an incredible way of building up decks, and really, really fun. So I'm giving this one a 7 out of 10. So that is my part 16 of 5 games I've played. Now I'm trying to get down that part 17 of this is gonna be a pandemic special. I need to play a few more pandemic games. 2 more actually, I'm looking at. And then part 17 will be a pandemic special, which will be funny, very fun. But also let's get back into reviews. I have a few simple games that I will get done over the weekend, I hope. And I have some larger games that I also want to get looked at. Garfield games is something that I'm going to look at. And I have an idea for a comparison. And when I just mention Garfield games and comparison, you probably know what I'm talking about. I want to get back into this grind. But I want to do some more stuff. It's fun enough. But anyways, that's this episode. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye! Nah, that wasn't properly.